Hello, I'm Joe, and Kirby Air Riders is actually fantastic. So I know in my announcement video I was like, the next one's gonna be Metro and the lost art of FPSs. I am in production on that video, but the videos like that where I'm on camera with the fun little editing, those take a lot more time to produce. So between those, I'm gonna start doing more videos like this where it's just me yapping about games I like, because I do have a pretty dense backlog and not every game is gonna, warrant one of those more in-depth videos, but I do want to talk about them. And Kirby Air Riders is a game that I really want to talk about. It's actually been a bit of a problem for me. I have games I need to play for the bigger videos, and I just can't seem to put this one down, to the point where it's now become my treat game. I'll play the games I'm playing for the videos I got planned, and I'm done with them. Alright, I can get an hour of Air Riders in right now. So let's get into what makes this game so dope. So first of all, it is incredibly feature rich. There are several different modes in the game. You have the road trip mode, which is the campaign, and there's multiple pathways in that campaign, and it does warrant a new game plus. I'm not really a new game plus guy, and as soon as I beat road trip the first time, I immediately went back into the new game plus. It's not the most robust or in-depth campaign, but it's very built in just these really bite-sized pick up and play levels, so it just becomes kind of compulsive. It's really easy to just get one more in. Also, it's a really short campaign at only 3 hours, and considering the nature of the gameplay, I think that's really good for it. There is a second real ending to the game, and so if you want to get to that ending, I think the campaign realistically is only 6 hours. Yeah, it's just fun. I found myself unable to put it down. Beyond the campaign, you've got the standard air ride mode. You've got top ride, which is basically racing but from a top-down perspective. And then you have city battle, which is actually pretty fun. The one thing I do want to shout out is the online is surprisingly solid in this game. Nintendo is not really known for smooth or just intuitive online experiences. That is not the case with Kirby Air Riders. It's honestly the best, most streamlined approach to online multiplayer I've experienced in a Nintendo game. A Nintendo game, just want to make that clear. I've been playing this multiplayer pretty regularly, and I've been going between Air Ride and City Battle mostly. I think Top Ride is pretty fun. I know that a lot of folks that sort of have the one mode they enjoy the most. I think for online, I think I enjoy City Battle the most, then Air Ride, and then Top Ride, but I do have fun with all of them. Top Ride mostly only is active when they have an event going on for it, but through the campaign and through playing those events, I do have an appreciation for the mode. City Battle is really cool because basically you're in the city for 5 minutes, and you basically have to get all these power-ups to level up your machine. There's different events that happen throughout the city over the course of the 5 minutes, and then once the 5 minutes are up, you take that machine and then you go into an event where you compete for points. Sometimes it's just a straight-up race, sometimes you're doing a gliding competition, sometimes it's a battler. There's all sorts of different options, and it'll tell you which mode it recommends you to do based upon the power-ups you've got. I have a lot of fun with this mode. It's just very it's good pick up and play gameplay, and sometimes that's all I'm looking for. And I think a lot of online games ask a lot of you these days, especially with the battle passes and just the constant updates. Kirby Air Riders is just solid. I can pick it up, get a solid hour in, I know I'm gonna have a good time, and it's done. I will say one of the more, I don't know if controversial is the right word, but just interesting mechanics that the game only has really 2 buttons. Your machine accelerates on its own. So you have basically a brake/boost button. You slow your vehicle down, which charges up the boost, you let it go. So it does add a little bit of strategy using that, but also everything's mapped to that button. So you get an item, using it is mapped to that. and that can be a little difficult at first, but I feel like I've put enough time in that I generally have a handle on the mechanics. You know, I think the one thing that still can be a bit finicky is wiggling the left thumbstick to spin, which attacks your opponent. Which, getting into that, this is very much a interesting take on the kart racer with those mechanics, because it's very much more of a battle racer. Like, it's kind of the closest thing we get to a new speed racer for the Wii type game, with regard to like the high speed racing, the insanely intricate tracks, and the focus on combat. It's a very different beast than Mario Kart World. I know a lot of people were like, it's odd they're releasing two kart racers in the same year, but they're very different games. But honestly, giving it a buck, I think Kirby Air Riders is the better racing game, just because it's so much game. Like, it's fully formed, it is what it is, and you may not like it, but like Mario Kart World, I think everyone thought was fine. Those who really love Mario Kart seem to be more negative on it. Like, I thought it was a solid launch game. I didn't really have much expectations from a Mario Kart game, but one of my buds who, you know, he grew up with the Nintendo consoles. I was more of a PlayStation kid growing up, and so he found Mario Kart World lacking in a lot of the areas that he was looking for in a Mario Kart game. Kirby Air Riders, for me, is just like, I played Mario Kart World for a few hours when I first got it, and then Donkey Kong Bonanza came out, and then it just easily went to the wayside. Dude, I've had this game for about a month now, and I'm obsessed with it. Part of it is the unlockables. Like, each mode has a different sort of challenge grid thing, like as you can see right here. And as you unlock each piece of the picture, sometimes you get more decals, sometimes you get a new machine, new characters, new courses, so it does incentivize you to try to play all the different modes. Also, dude, customization. Like, guys, there's so much in this game. You can customize your vehicles, you can take those customized vehicles and put them up into the shop, and so you can sell like your custom design. You don't make like any real money out of it. It's all in-game currency. But dude, a lot of these machines, like, you go into that shop, people are going buck wild with the customization, and it's really impressive to see some of the things that people have made. It's just like a game for a game's sake. Like, it's baffling that this game exists in the way it does. I will say Sakurai cooked here, but to be fair, it's not a dish for every palate. Like, Mario Kart World is definitely the most accessible kart racer on the Switch 2, but I would say Kirby Air Riders is easily the most interesting. Like, I've just looked at some more user reviews of the game before I bought it, and generally everything I saw was kind of mixed, where like some people really loved it, it just wasn't working for some people, and that's what made me want to try it, because I like games where it's like either you're with it or you're not. It's unfortunate we don't live in an era where renting games is just easy, because this is like, if this was, you know, back in the Blockbuster Hollywood Video era, I would very much say, like, I would definitely recommend renting this one before you buy it. But dude, I think it definitely has more going for it than the $80 Mario Kart World, and having heard rumors that the Mario Kart World bundle is going to end for the Switch 2, I would highly recommend this over Mario Kart World, especially in this economy. You just get more bang with your buck in this game, from how crazy the online is, how many unlockables there are, how much customization there is. There's just so much game here. Like, I've spent hours in it, and I still feel like I've only just scratched the surface of it. Is it worth buying a Switch 2 for? No. I mean, I'm happy I have it. But I don't know if this is necessarily a system seller should you already have a Switch 2. I definitely think it's one worth adding to the collection if you've already beaten Donkey Kong and you've gotten tired of Mario Kart. This is like a sleeper banger. Like, it's such an absurd game. And I think that's why I love absurdity. I love things that just have no business existing and being as good as they are. And yeah, like freaking a 20-year-old, a sequel to a 20-year-old off Kirby spinoff that like no one really thought about. Like some people dug, and some people were just like, that was weird. But it really does feel like Sakurai used all the goodwill he got through the Smash Bros. Games and was like, I'm going to perfect this idea. And he did. I feel like this is like the Smash Bros. Ultimate of Kirby Air Riders. Like, I don't know what a Kirby Air Riders 3 could do that this game doesn't. Maybe expanding the control scheme, because I do think if the point was to perfect the one button racer, he more or less did it. There was a second button that used your special, but that's like, you know, in certain circumstances. But I think he achieved what he set out to do here. And I've been happy to see that there's actually a pretty solid online community. Like, I haven't really had to wait too long to get into too many races. Only when I go into top ride mode, which is understandable because it's like the least interesting of the modes. Graphics are gorgeous. The level design is like so much fun. It's just, it's fun. And sometimes it's all you need for a game, especially nowadays when like so many games are just trying to be your life. Kirby Air Riders is just a good ass time. So if you have a Switch 2, you haven't put Kirby Air Riders, I highly recommend it. And if you are planning on getting a Switch 2 in the near future, definitely keep Kirby Air Riders on your list. So that does it for me. I just wanted to talk about this one. So yes, I will see you in the next one, where I will be talking about the lost art of first-person shooter campaigns. Appreciate you. Bye.